So my name's Drew, I'm the founder of VB Agency, and today I'm going to be making a video on how to run your OF page in 2026. This video is mainly for agencies looking to scale their income. In 2026, we know OF is not like how it used to be in 2022, 2021, where you could just post an Instagram thirst trap or a TikTok thirst trap of you dancing around in a bikini or just doing any simple dances and get views. In 2026, there's a lot of competition, and now with competition, you need to be authentic. Essentially now, the reason people sub to your OF is not necessarily just for content. Obviously the content's part of it, but a lot of it is to have a connection with you as well. So one main thing you need to be showing across all social media platforms is personality, and you need to be authentic. So the way how I usually work is whenever I take on a new model and develop a plan for their marketing, what we like to do is ask more questions about them and their personality, what they like getting up to, for example, and then this can be conveyed in the reels. So say for example you're a barista or you like to make coffee, we'll make loads of reels of you making coffee or being a barista, just going about your day really, and post those on the Instagram. Those will be better for you as well, more so in the sense that, for one, if it's something you enjoy doing, it doesn't actually feel like work when you're recording the reels, and two, it separates you from the competition. In terms of social media, the best way to run it is to be present on mainly Instagram, Threads and TikTok. With Instagram and TikTok, it's very simple. We post the same kind of videos, post 2 to 3 times a day if you can. And with Threads, it's best to post up to 10 times a day with different photos like selfies, mirror selfies, photos of you in the gym, just stuff that kind of looks organic and it's more like Snapchat style content. That's what you want to be posting on Threads. Post those 10 times a day. You can schedule it all once a day, and that's how we like to run Threads. In terms of Instagram, also we want to be posting feed photos as well. This is another type of content that converts extremely well on Instagram and gets you a lot of reach. Ideally, we like to post one of these a day in my agency. However, you can also post them once a week, or let's say twice a week, 3 times a week is something more ideal and more something you should shoot for, to be honest. One key metric we look at with Instagram as well is the view to follower ratio. So in OnlyFans we have a term called conversions. Basic conversions is the amount of eyeballs that you get on Instagram, the amount of views that turn into subscribe. Now, it doesn't matter if you get 20 million views or 30 million views in the space of a month. If none of them turns into subscribers, then you're making no money. It's better to get 100k views from a niche target audience that then converts into, thousands of paying subscribers. That's a lot better. Conversions, the main thing we mainly focus on. Now, how the view to follower ratio ties into this is the fact that the more engaging and the more authentic your content is, the more followers you're going to get, and the higher your followers, these are people that are interested in your content, the more likely they are going to convert into subscribers. So this is a very, very key metric in terms of social media for your OF. And you also always want to have a constant rise of followers on your social media, so that's what's going to boost the income on the OF page. After this, Instagram stories is a very, very key thing. With Instagram, it's been moving quite strict as of recently. A lot of accounts getting banned for having the link in the bio and that kind of thing. So we just prefer to promote on stories rather than having the links in the bio, as that's safer for the account, and just overall has a lot more security for the accounts as well. So what you want to do is post multiple stories per day. No one wants to feel like they're being sold to. If all you're posting is a story with the OF link, then people are just gonna feel like they're being sold to, and they're not gonna be interested in the video, in the OF subscription. So you want to be posting stuff of you out for coffee or out at the gym or whatever, out on a walk, something like this, and that's going to help convert people into subscribers, as they feel like they've built more of a connection with you before they sub into your OF. In terms of TikTok, you want to just be posting the same sort of content you're posting on Instagram. With all the videos, have them 15 seconds tops each. You want to have an interesting hook at the start of the video for the first 3 seconds, because that will get people more engaged, increase the watch time, which will lead to more follows and your content getting pushed further. But yeah, with TikTok, you want to be posting the same sort of stuff that you post on Instagram. Obviously, I said earlier about being authentic and testing niches. If the first niche doesn't work, you need to be testing multiple niches. If you post twice a day for 2 to 3 months, you should be able to figure out a niche that works for you then. Just test out a few different niches in those initial couple of months, and you'll be able to figure it out from there. Yeah, with TikTok, you want to just have your Instagram in the bio of the TikTok account, and that should lead to followers coming in. Now, with Instagram, another thing you can do to boost up the, growth of the account, speed it up sort of thing, is basically just pay for boosts. So with paying for boosts, this increases your follower rate because your content will get pushed out more, and you'll always get a return on your money. If you're with an agency, they should at least put some money towards this, at least half, or cover it completely. Message me if you're interested in this, because this is something I can do for you as well. So we'll actually put money into growing your account rather than just, leaving you to your own devices and, not supporting you in your growth. So that's the whole social media side of everything. Post a lot of stories, post reels that's authentic, post content that's authentic, and share a lot of personality on your stories. Obviously have a high quality video as well. You need to be filmed on a camera if you can, or a high quality iPhone. Now we get into the actual OnlyFans side of things. So I'm going to keep this short, just because I could probably go on for a couple of hours if I talk about this, and obviously, no one wants to listen to a video of me rambling on for a couple of hours. So with the OnlyFans side of thing, the main thing here that you need to do is build relationships with the subs. They need to be feeling like they're being emotionally invested into. If they feel like they're being emotionally invested into, then they're more likely to spend money, and they're more likely to spend more money. Make sure you have your welcome message set up, and it's not something that's a pay-per-view where they have to buy whatever they're sort of hit with. It needs to be something simple like, hey, thanks for subbing, I'd like to know more about you, tell me more about yourself, for a free gift. That's what we sort of want. From there, you want to be finding out more about the specific person, like as much info as you can, really, like their age, where they're from, how many kids they have, if they have kids, how many pets they have, their pets' names, their kids' names, and just put it all in the notes section of OnlyFans. Obviously, if you're with us, our chat team will do this all for you, so you don't have to worry about it. It'll be a 24/7 operation that's run smoothly. But yeah, that's what you want to be doing. And then you want to just be figuring out their spending capability. So the way to do this is obviously analyzing their profile, like whether, someone that's got a lot of money, say if they're 60 years old and they work in a bank, compared to if they're 20 years old and they go to university. But you can also do this through selling scripts with them. So if you're not aware, scripts are like pieces of content that are put together that can be sold as like a live sexting session, although it's not live. How easy they buy content will determine their spending capability. Once you've got their spending capability, this is where you can start altering prices. For example, you might be able to send a 5-minute video to someone here for like 40, but you might be able to send it to someone who's got a better spending capability for 200. That's how we like to work. We don't have a set price on content, we just change it up depending on who's buying, as that's the best way, that we found to run the page. So yeah, that's how you price content. Obviously, after a while of these subs being on, you'll get a few subs that we call whales, people who spend more than 1k a month on the page. And then with these whales, you want to be excluding them from your mass messages. So we like to send out 3 to 4 mass messages a day, but we exclude the whales and we drop them all a personal message every single day, and it will have something about their personality in the message. Say for example, they work at a bank, we'll say something like, oh, how was your work today at the bank, or something like that. Obviously it will be better than that, but you know what I'm trying to say. So these people get more of like a personal sort of feel, and that obviously gets them more emotionally invested, and therefore they'll spend more money. That's how you deal with whales. A lot of your revenue will be coming from whales, so make sure you're taking good care of them and responding to them fast. Customs is another thing we do. In terms of customs, we change them up change up the pricing of them depending on who we're selling it to. But yeah, on top of this, you want to be posting once a day on the OF page. That's very key, just to retain the sub. Always have a discount on the page as well, and I'd even say run free trials if you're comfortable too. Don't post any nude on the feed of the OF, just because people then are less inclined to pay for it within the sexting. That's pretty much a very short video on how to run your OF in 2026. Main takeaways are: build relationships with subs on the back end, have a discount on so people are more likely to sub or have a free trial on, and thirdly but not finally is be very authentic on social media, and most importantly be consistent with the post. Now if you enjoyed this video and you feel like you learned a bit, message me on Insta. I will leave it down in the description of this video. I'll also put a link to WhatsApp message me on the link of this video, and I will give you a free audit on your OnlyFans and let you know what you can exactly do to improve the earnings. And another thing we offer as well is, if your account is established, we can potentially offer you a free trial of our services for up to 3 days. As I know there's a lot of like bad agencies out there, so that will put your mind at ease before you sign a long-term agreement with us. But yeah, if you like the value I gave in this video, drop me a follow and a message on Instagram, and I will be in contact for a free audit for your page.